breaking. All right, let's go. Check it out, right? Lil Durk didn't know he was being filmed, right? We're gonna finish this joint because we had somebody call in, made everything proper. So we're gonna go. Let's start the intro. Make sure you go subscribe at, right? I'm gonna even show it to you right here. Go subscribe at Mecca Audio TV. Please subscribe at Mecca Audio TV and hit the notification here at Unique Mecca Audio and subscribe to Unique Mecca Audio. But I have a second channel called Mecca Audio TV. Please go subscribe, watch a video. Let's get these numbers up. Let's keep this thing moving. All right. All right. You know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio. I'm the genie. We here. Lil Durk didn't know he was being filmed. This joint is dope. It's from Rap Daily. It breaks down the whole history of the little Chicago thing. Y'all put it in the comments. Let me know if it's accurate or not. But I'm going to speak on the laws, principles, and morals that they speak on. Let's go. All right.
Was talking about the track Back Again, where Durk raps, "Jam get out that jam, I give him 50. Ain't gotta ask again." He was catching murders way back then. That's when the max was in. Jam actually confirmed that Durk had given him 50K when he got out of jail.
He said he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fact.
He gave you more than 50 grand and you told on. Let me get out the way so they can see who this is. He said he gave him 50 grand and he told on him. We don't know if he told on him because it ain't come out yet, but that's what the social media is saying. That's what everybody's saying. So that might be what it is, but we don't know over here, Unique Mecca Audio. But yo, if he did all of that and you told on him, you's a rat bastard. And you already know what you deserve. All right, let's get this thing moving, man. Let's keep this thing going. All right.
But so can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight.
Now, according to OTF Jam, after the feds saw this, they were on him 24/7. Who snitched on who? He snitched on me on a song. Police all up on me after that. Oh, he catching murders? Let's get him, Jam posted. And to keep it a buck, Jam hasn't really been mentioned in any of the indictments. What's even more interesting is that OTF affiliates went on social media to reveal more rats within their camp. A dude known as OTF Win took to his IG to accuse OTF affiliates of snitching, posting photos of dudes called Marlon Kirsch and Karen Hollins. He even accused Marlon Kirsch of wearing a wire. The wire accusations have been wild because if true, a lot of crimes in Chicago might be solved very soon. And it seems that Durkio was caught on these tapes talking about King Von's past crimes. Now peep this. In August 2022, cops were able to pin 3 murders to King Von's name, even though he had died 2 years earlier. Now here's the interesting part. A few months back, in February 2022, Jam got out of prison after serving 12 years for attempted murder. And now, the fans are connecting the dots. Durk may have been telling Von's stories to his OTF affiliates, and the rat with a wire picked up all the intel and gave it to the feds. One of the murders that cops were able to connect to King Von was the brutal death of one of Chicago's deadliest assassins, Gacura Barnes. Alias K.I., rumor has it that she killed O.D. Perry, a legend in Chicago, and stole his gun. She then posted photos brandishing the weapon on social media. It wasn't long before the rumor was attached to K.I. She also took to social media to brag about her crime. On April 11, 2014, a hooded gunman shot Barnes in front of a home in the 6400 block of South Eberhard. K.I. was hit 9 times in the mouth, neck, and chest before running and collapsing on a neighbor's doorstep and passing out. She later succumbed to her injuries at Northwestern Memorial Hospital. She walked with her brother, FBG Butter, and a friend that day. All 3 sustained gunshot wounds, but it seemed as though K.I. was the intended target, as the other 2 survived. At first, King Von was arrested in connection with the shooting after eyewitnesses identified him. However, the police could not meet the burden of proof in court, so the charges were rejected because of the lack of solid evidence to convict him. And in 2022, after King Von died in a tragic shooting in Atlanta, cops finally linked Von to K.I.'s murder. According to police reports, the shooter wore a gray hoodie and blue jeans. He approached the 3 victims, produced a handgun, and began firing in the direction of the victims, striking all 3. He was then observed entering a vehicle and fleeing the scene. scene. Even Jay Hood, a former O-Block member and close friend to Von, confirmed this. According to him, Von walked up to him and gave him the shocking news.
And then Von walked up to me, and I shook his hand. He like, look straight. And then I look straight, and I'm like, why you telling me to look straight? He like, look straight, and what I'm finna say to you, don't look at me after I tell you.
According to Jay Hood, Von told him that he had shot 3 people and that K.I. was the last one of the 3 he had shot and killed.
I'm looking straight. He meant why I just run up on K.I. and why I just ran up on them niggas and caught K.I. She was the last one running out of the gate.
The other murder that was linked to Von's name was Medell McCambry. In October 2012, 17-year-old Medell was shot and killed in the 6,300 block of South Rhodes Avenue. That day, Medell and his 18-year-old cousin, who was identified as Miles Turner, were on their way to meet a girl in the West Woodlawn neighborhood on the south side when someone walked up and opened fire just before 9:30 p.m. According to reports, Miles bent over to embrace Medell, who was bleeding out from the gunshot wounds on his chest. However, the shooter, who the cops now believe was King Von, showed no remorse. He stood over the two and shot Miles multiple times on his back. Medell was taken to Stroger Hospital where he succumbed to his injuries while Miles was rushed to Northwestern Memorial Hospital with multiple gunshot wounds and remained in a medically induced coma for weeks. Luckily, he survived the ordeal. The third murder that Von was linked to is that of Chicago rapper Mark Campbell, alias Lil Mark. In the days leading up to the release of his music video, No Competition, a diss aimed at the rival gang, OTF. Just a day after dropping the video, on March 26, 2014, Lil Mark had a close encounter with death. He was caught by rival gang members and was allegedly shot at, but managed to escape unharmed. However, he wouldn't be so lucky 2 days later. March 28, 2014, started like any other day for Lil Mark. The young rapper was standing near a bus stop on 5100 S King Drive in the Washington Park neighborhood of Chicago. The sun was setting, casting a golden hue over the city when a silver minivan approached. Inside the vehicle, the shooter, armed with a handgun equipped with an extended clip, unleashed a barrage of bullets. At least 12 shots rang out, 2 of which struck Lil Mark in the head. After a brief pause, the shooter fired 2 more shots before speeding away in the minivan. Lil Mark was pronounced dead at the scene, his dreams and potential extinguished in an instant. The silver minivan used in the murder was discovered in flames on 3700 South Ellis Avenue just 5 hours after the shooting. The burning vehicle was a clear attempt to destroy evidence and hinder the investigation. According to Word On, the Street D Rose and Twilla were at the heart of the hit. However, cops now believe that King Von pulled the trigger. There's wide speculation that Durk was innocently telling his OTF boys about Von's past, and the rats passed the intel to the feds. But he might have said a little too much, including the crimes that he and Von were both involved in. Lil Durk and King Von crime spree. Durkio and Von were menaces in the streets, and they got into serious trouble multiple times. One time, they faced a charge that would have seen them in jail for years and destroyed their rap careers in the process. This was the attempted murder of their rival, Alexander Weatherspoon, on February 4, 2019. At around 5:45 a.m. on February 5, 2019, shots rang out at the parking lot of a popular restaurant located in Midtown Atlanta. A 23-year-old man stumbled from across the parking lot and collapsed in front of the One Cigar Lounge as an SUV sped out of the parking lot where the shots had been fired. Terrified customers swiftly called 911 and he was taken to the hospital. Luckily, he survived. Witnesses told the authorities that an SUV with 300 plastered on the side was seen speeding away from the scene after the shots were fired. Turns out Durk had an SUV with a similar description. Despite this clue, no one was arrested for months. However, 3 months later, cops had a breakthrough. On May 4th, 2019, Von would be the first suspect arrested in connection with the shooting. Bezu, a gang member affiliated with Trigger Happy Family THF, was also arrested 9 days later. Finally, the Atlanta police issued an arrest warrant on May 29, 2019 for the final suspect in the shooting incident, Lil Durk. The Chicago rapper was hit with 5 felony charges. These included criminal attempt to commit murder, aggravated assault, unlawful association with criminal street gang to conduct or participate in crime, possession of a firearm during commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. At the time, Durkio was touring. However, the rapper canceled his tour and went straight to Atlanta. He immediately dropped a record titled Turn Myself In. The next day, the rapper granted WSB-TV an interview at his lawyer's office where he revealed that he was about to turn himself in since he had nothing to hide nor nothing to run from. Lil Durk stood on business and denied all the charges that the feds had pinned on him. Although he claimed he was innocent, evidence against the rapper seemed to tie him to the shooting. First, Jeffrey Churchill, a detective from the Atlanta PD, took to the stand where he revealed that he had spoken with a witness who was with the 2 rappers the night of the shooting. According to her, a fight broke out in a car that was in front of them. She then saw Durk pull out a firearm, forcing her to run around the building where she heard shots fired. She later saw the victim in a pool of blood. The detective also revealed that they had obtained surveillance footage showing Vaughn's hand sticking out of the SUV and firing his weapon at Weatherspoon.
You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several shots at the victim, towards the victim.
To top it all off, prosecutors wanted the case treated as gang-related and had a Chicago police captain confirm that Vaughn and Durk were members of the Black Disciples gang. A judge would later find probable cause in the charges brought up against the rappers, meaning that the case would move to trial. However, the tide would turn in Durk's favor because in late October 2022, all charges against Durk were dropped. Interestingly, the shooting was pinned on King Von. In a statement released by the Fulton County D.A. Mrs. Fonnie Willis, if Vaughn was alive, he would be in jail for the shooting. If co-defendant Davon Bennett, aka King Von, had not died in 2020, he would have been indicted for this incident. King Von had been shot dead 2 years earlier after an altercation with fellow rapper Quando Rondo. This development was certainly fishy since all the evidence pointed to Durk, but somehow the murder was going to be placed on a dead man. Although fans believe that Durkio might have bitten the cheese on this one, the rapper's lawyers maintained that the case was dropped due to insufficient evidence. Durk's lawyers pointed out that their position was always that Durk was present at the crime scene, although he was never involved in the shooting. Although the two were out on bond during this case, they didn't stop causing mayhem in the streets because in 2020, their biggest op in the streets and in the Chicago drill scene, FBG Duck, was gunned down, and it seems Durkio and Vaughn had ordered the hit. FBG Duck was shot and killed at Michigan Avenue and East Oak Street in the Gold Coast area of Chicago on the 4th of August 2020. 1 month later, King Von released the track GTA dissing FBG Duck. In the track, Von raps, "He made a diss and now he a ghost, and it happened fast, we need to toast." FBG Duck's murder was caught on camera, and the details were horrifying. CCTV footage showed a black car stop in front of a store, and armed men jump out and immediately start letting off shots as Duck tries to escape in vain. They then jump back in the black vehicle, and a gray Chrysler, which was also involved in the crime, sped away, leaving Duck to die. More footage showed the gray Chrysler pulling up to O Block with a cop car in pursuit. As weeks turned into months, the police worked tirelessly, piecing together surveillance footage, eyewitness accounts, and social media activity. The breakthrough came when investigators discovered a digital breadcrumbs trail linking the crime to the O Block gang. Social media posts boasting about the attack, coupled with video evidence that placed suspects at the scene, began to paint a damning picture. It turns out FBG Duck was killed for dissing T-Roy.
Like everything like that. I don't know. On game. All I know, don't say that about Troy or rest in peace. Duck. You know, don't say about Troy. That's it.
In the track Exposing Me remix, FBG Duck raps, T-Roy ain't get shot inside his head, but he ain't make it though. They got so many dead bitch, I don't know who to smoke. And just 1 month before he was gunned down, Duck released Dead where he dissed his ops and their dead homies. In the track he raps, "Said I wasn't gonna diss the dead, and okay, I did it, but T-Roy and Odie, them dead bitches." Vaughn would confront Duck in his DMs saying, "I'm really helping you out, you feel me, cause your shit ain't hitting on nothing. Now is talking about you. You feel me? You welcome, Goofy." Duck would later reply, calling him a fan. "You really needed to mention me for your to do numbers like all your other silly boy. I've been a topic, you know that. Just say you a fan, Lil BD." A few weeks later, in August 2020, FBG Duck was shot and killed. And as it turns out, King Von may have put out a $100,000 bounty for Duck to be killed. Turns out, there was a rat in O Block working with the feds who revealed that the one who paid for the hit rewarded the killers with custom-made O Block chains. A video surfaced on YouTube of King Von giving O Block members custom-made chains. But according to sources in Chicago, it was actually Lil Durk who put the hit on Duck and paid the killers.
Cause I don't think Von paid them guys. I'm sorry to tell the world.
To know who actually paid the O Block gang members to kill FBG Duck, FBG Butter revealed that you have to look at the suspect's arrest footage.
Everybody arrest video coming out from when they got arrested for this Duck case.
Yeah.
They ain't show Muwap or see murders, have they?
It turns out.
Hey, yo, FBG Butter, chill out, family. Chill out. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Chill out, family.
Muwap and C Murder weren't arrested in O Block. It turns out that they were arrested at a private hangar, which is crazy because no regular O Block gang member could afford to charter a private plane.
Them boys got snatched at the airport on a private hangar.
What's interesting is that at the time of their arrest, Vaughn was already dead. That would leave one person with that kind of money to fly out Muwapo and C Murder on a private jet, Lil Durk.
Vaughn is dead, right?
Okay, well,
how the fuck is these niggas paying for a jet?
It's hard to tell whether Durkio really paid the bounty of butter as falsely accusing his op. However, Durkio is no saint because the rapper has one long rap sheet that has seen him go in and out of jail. Lil Durk's criminal history. The OTF head Huncho was a regular in jail before he became a successful rapper. His days behind bars date back to 2011 when he was arrested on a weapons charge. Being his first offense, Lil Durk was sentenced to 3 months in prison. This wouldn't help him get off the streets because just 2 years later, the rapper was arrested again and charged with unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. This time, he was given 18 months probation after pleading guilty. However, during this probation, Durk was allegedly caught by police in possession of 2 guns, leading to another weapons-related charge. The case was eventually dropped after a judge ruled that the rapper was not in possession and control of the guns and therefore did not violate his probation. Durkio's fans thought that he was done catching cases because he had turned to Islam and even gone to rehab to clean himself up. The rapper even took to his social media to reveal that he had turned over a new leaf and would not waste his new life after all his felony cases had been cleared. Everybody should get second chances at life. It's about what you do with it. Alhamdulillah, my background wiped and clean of all cases. I ain't a felon anymore. Who would have thought? I want to thank everyone who helped push my vision forward. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, the rapper posted. But that's not the only time the rapper had publicly revealed that he was a changed man. On August 18th, 2024, Lil Durk made a public declaration that would reverberate through the music industry and beyond.
All right, you see what I'm saying, right? I let this ride because I wanted to really say this, right? His father just got released. His father's a devout Muslim, and then he took his shahada, and he became a devout Muslim. And his father stepped in to do what he wanted to do from day one, but he got caught up in the mass incarceration during the crack era of the 80s and 90s. And that's why I say that prayers need to go out for his father. Because we've been through a lot, man. Decades in prison. Decades in prison. And we tired. You know, we tired, man. He came home, got with his son, got his son life back on track, going in the right direction, speaking all the right things. And then his son get caught up, you know, after he loses another son. You can't even imagine what that do to a man's heart, man. I lost my son to the prison system, so I know what he's going through in that aspect. Thank Allah I haven't lost a son to the streets. So I don't know how that feels. But I know what it's like to bow your head 5 times a day to come home to your child. And then when you come home, your child is not here. I came home, my child had 29 years. Caught it when he was 18. Been in 12 years. He's 30 years old now. I was locked up 26 and a half years. Yo, this is a sad time, and we gotta come together to save our babies, man. Big Durk came home to save his baby. Look at his baby sitting in that car. Let me put this up so you can really see, you know, Big Durk's baby, man. This is a baby, man. This is one of our babies from us that was victims of the crack era. This is Big Durk's baby, man. And he has to go through this after he just went through the very same trials and tribulation that now his son is going through. It hurts. I'm hurting for him. I'm hurting for me. My son got 29 years. The next time I'll be able to see my son as a free man, they expect him to be 40-something, going on 50 years old. I'm going to be standing in front of a 50-year-old man walking out the prison unless I can get him out of prison before that. Right now, I got him on punishment. I haven't talked to him in a month and a half. I'm not going to get into why, but sometimes you got to discipline your child with tough love. I love him with all my heart, but I'm going to make him the warrior that he said he wanted to be when he chose to walk the path of the street. And being that warrior means eating off the land. Eating off the land in prison, meaning you find your hustle in the prison. I know brothers that didn't have nobody on the outside. that was selling napkins, rolls of napkins that go in a little napkin holder in a diner, in a corner restaurant, driving up the side of the highway. They were selling napkins for 2 stamps, 50 cents. But they was eating off the land. I was sending my son money every month like clockwork. And he got comfortable. And I had to let him know, you don't know what I'm going through out here to get mine. You don't know what your women, your women, your comrades, your friends is going through to get theirs. But they stopped to send it to you. On the strength of that, you need to be appreciative. He wasn't appreciative. So I had to put him on punishment and discipline him. And it hurt me to my heart, but I love my child that wants to be a warrior, so I have to mold him into a warrior. And at the same time, try and rehabilitate him to get him out of prison and function back into society as a man. But he chose to do things that wound him up in prison. I stepped in to help. He took it for granted, and I put the brakes on it. Because that's how life goes. About time I get emoji. Give me emoji if y'all like this joint, man. Hold on, man. Give me emoji if y'all like that. Little strong man emoji or something. You know what I mean? Let's keep this thing moving and get back to Durk.
To Instagram, the rapper shared a post that was both personal and profound, reaffirming his Muslim faith and denouncing his past involvement in gang life. The post read, "Don't label me nothing outside of a man, a father, and a 1000% Muslim." He followed this up with another post that read, "I don't gangbang, I'm a Muslim." Basically what I was saying on my post in so many words, you can't do both and would be the one who say it. So if you follow me as a brother, a friend, an icon, follow me to my new chapter of life. When I make music or rap what I seen and been through, not telling you to go do it. Huge difference. The music won't change, but my life goals will. Even his 10-year-old son took to social media to tell the world that his dad was a good and noble man who took care of his family and the community through charitable works. I want to take a moment to stand up for my dad, Durk Banks. He has always dedicated his life to uplifting others and giving back to our community through his nonprofit organization, Neighborhood Heroes. Beyond that, he is a great father who has always supported and loved our family unconditionally. Right now, he is facing challenges, but I want to affirm that he has not been convicted of any charges and remains innocent until proven otherwise. During this difficult time, I ask for your support for him and all the good he continues to do. I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the mayor for standing with my dad. His speech was well said and truly reflects the community's support for those who strive to make a positive impact. Thank you, everyone, the post read. Durkio had really tried to turn a new leaf because in 2020, he took a monumental step by establishing the Neighborhood Heroes Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to uplifting and empowering everyday heroes working to bring positive change to their neighborhood. The foundation was born out of Durk's vision to provide resources and support to those who are often overlooked. He recognized the potential within his community and sought to create opportunities that would inspire and enable individuals to thrive. The Neighborhood Heroes Foundation quickly became a beacon of hope, offering programs and initiatives aimed at education, community development, and social justice. One of the most groundbreaking initiatives he introduced was the donation of music royalties to support his philanthropic goals. In a move that shocked the music industry, Durk announced that a portion of the royalties from his song Bedtime would be directed toward his Neighborhood Heroes Foundation. Durk's partnership with Exceed Talent Capital further exemplified his innovative approach. By allowing fans to own shares of the music from his OTF record label, he made investing in music rights accessible to the everyday person. This initiative not only empowered fans, but also created a new avenue for generating funds to support charitable causes. In collaboration with Amazon Music, Durk also launched the Durk Banks Endowment Fund, a college tuition program designed to provide scholarships to Chicago kids attending Howard University. This partnership resulted in significant financial contributions, including a $250,000 donation to Howard's financial aid program, the Grace Grant. The fund awarded scholarships to students who participated in the Neighborhood Heroes HBCU College and Career Readiness Cohort program, furthering Durk's mission to support education and empower the next generation. Despite Durk's efforts to clean up his image, it seems it wasn't enough because his past has caught up with him. Is this the end of the OTF boss? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, click on the boxes playing on your screen to watch similar content if you enjoyed this video.
All right, let's go. Believe me when I... All right, let's go. Yo, So I hope you all enjoyed this, man. This is a breakdown of everything, man, to let the youth know it's not worth it. Don't go down that path. We're not going to play that game. We're going to get right there to the point. And I want y'all to know right now, subscribe at Unique Mecca Audio, where you at, and then go to Mecca Audio TV. See that? Mecca Audio TV, and subscribe at Mecca Audio TV. Hit the notification bell. Let's tap out. All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention with the stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops. Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be whoring uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, you we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yard.